So what we're going to do here is just do a simple backup. So I'm going to do a compressed backup set. I'm not going to even use a run block. So let's just take a look at the database. Got that the Oracle SID set. So let's go rman target slash catalog rman at grid, and then let's do backup as compressed backup set format. I'm sorry, device type disk format user 3 rman backups slash view database plus archive log delete all. We should be able to back up the SP file and the control file the same way. Notice that I had it's done an auto backup here, but I'm going to go ahead and back it up to the rman backup disk drive. So let's do the same command. Let's do backup as compressed backup set device type disk format user 3 rman backups slash %u SP file. And let's do the control file as well. So backup as compressed backup set device type disk format 03 slash rman backups slash %u current control file. And that's all there is to this particular part of the episode. So in this example, I'm going to do a backup using Allocate channel. I'm not going to try to configure anything within the configuration parameters or RMA configuration parameters. I am going to try to do some parallelism though. So let's take a look. SID. Okay, so rman target slash catalog rman that grid. Okay, so now it's going to run allocate channel C1 device type disk format 03 backups slash %u allocate channel C1 C2 device type disk format 03 backups %u backup as compressed backup set database plus archive log delete all input backup SP file backup current file. So notice that I allocated the channels and it's running in parallel without having to configure parallelism within the Oracle configuration parameters. In another little segment, I'm going to configure those parameters within the RMAN configuration and let it define the parallelism. So we'll show that in another little segment. Okay, now we're done. Alright, so in this episode now, or this part of the episode, we want to do another backup, but this time I want to turn on parallelism. I want to do some configuration of the RMAN parameters to accomplish that, and I'm going to run it in a run block. So let's try that. First of all, echo Oracle SID. So let's see. Device type disk format 03 percent U. Another show all, and so we see the channels there, but we also have to configure this portion of it right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Configure type disk parallelism to backup type to compressed backup set. Great. Now let's go ahead and we'll do another show all real fast. And now let's go ahead and do a parallel backup within a run block, and now it's configured. So let's just do this. And we're done. So in this segment, I want to do a backup with the keep until time parameter. So let's do Oracle SID, and let's do RMAN target slash catalog RMAN at grid. Let's do run allocate channel C1 device type disk format user 3 RMAN backups slash percent U allocate channel C2 device type disk format 2 3 RMAN backups slash percent U. Let's see, backup as compressed backup set. Database important thing before I hit the enter button here is to see the double quotes around the to date and the single quotes in their normal places. And we're done. So in a previous segment I did an example of a backup with a keep until time. I'm going to do a similar one here now. It's just going to say keep forever, and actually I'm going to add some tags to it too. So let's take a look at that. Backup as compressed backup set database plus archive log delete all input keep forever tag I think we say tag equals Okay, now we're done. So in this segment, we are going to run some RMAN scripts. Actually, we're going to create some scripts and actually run them. So basically, there's two ways you can have an external script. So let's cat backup as well. And you can see I could just have the run command spaced in it, and it should run just by calling it by @. But also we want @backup.sql, but also we can run or create a script that's stored within the RMAN repository, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So and that command, that script is called create script.sql, and there it is. So let us get started. So echo oracle sid. Incidentally, to see the syntax for how you create a script, you can go to the database backup and recovery reference, and you can easily find how that's done and how it's executed. So let's start rman target /catalog rman at grid. The first thing I'm going to do is going to run that little script that I created, and so I call it at backup.sql, and notice that it works just as designed. But now I really want to do this is I want to create a script that's stored within the RMAN repository and execute it. So let's do that at create script.sql. So it looks like it's created the script. So let's do the command to see those scripts. You go list script names. And so we have one that's called my backup. And to execute it, also you can find all this within the database backup and recovery reference. But now to execute it, we're going to say run execute script my backup. And we're done. So in this segment, I want to do a recovery, but I want to use the list failure, advise failure, and repair failure commands to do it. So first off, let's do this. Oracle sid, and let's connect to the database. List select file name from DBA data files. Okay, so we have some data files, and I'm just going to simply remove them. So let's exit out. rm-rf. Let's get rid of users. rm-rf. Normally doing this is pretty much disastrous, which is what I'm trying to do, actually. So now let's do rman target /catalog rman at grid. The first thing I want to do is just want to be able to list the data files. This is just for my reference. So if I just say report schema, it gives me all of the files associated with them, and it doesn't realize that things have been removed yet. And the way to do that, and this is very important, before you run any list failure, advise failure, or repair failure, is actually you have to do a validate database. So let's go ahead and do that. Validate database. And lo and behold, we have some failures. So okay, let's do that. Let's list failure. Okay, so it says one or more non-system data files are missing. There's a shocker. So now let's do advise failure. Advise failure. Incidentally, you can only do this with this current version of 11G. You can only do this with non-rack databases. Rack databases, you'll get an error. You can't use list, advise, or repair failure to my knowledge. So here's the advice, but let's let Oracle go ahead and do it itself. Repair failure. Say yes. And it does all the work for us. When we're done, we're going to run another validate database. So it says failure complete. So let's do a validate database. Good. Looks like we're good. And that's it.